Alright guys, just going to give it a few minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, just going to give it a few minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, just go ahead and verify that you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, just go ahead and respond in the chat. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Let's go ahead and verify you guys can hear me. Testing, testing. Let's go ahead and verify you guys can hear me. Alright, I think we're good now. Testing, testing. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks, Spurgeon. Good to have you here as always. Alright, so the market right now has been, again, still pretty choppy. Now, there was a lot of attention on CZ's token. So his dog's name, a lot of people were actually waiting for that. So if you were on X, you would have been aware that CZ was actually launching well, he was at least telling everyone what his dog's name was. And basically, people were waiting to see if it would be actually launched by him or picked up from someone else. So you can see here, he talks about broccoli, and that's his dog's name. And he says here, let's see, so he's actually talking, so if you scroll down, it says strong, confident name, and he says, I'm just posting my dog's picture and name. I'm not issuing a meme coin myself. It's up to the community to do that or not. I'll likely interact with a few more popular meme coins on the BNB chain, BSC. So yeah, so that also makes you think, okay, what coin is he going to interact with? But then because of this, there is a ton of coins with the broccoli name, as you can see here on Deck Screener. I mean, literally tens, maybe even hundreds. So right now we can see one of the main ones is at 50 mil. This is probably one of the main tokens here. But again, always do your own due diligence and make sure you're researching accordingly. So just kind of something interesting that went on today. But regardless, let's go over a lot of the charts today. If you guys have any questions in the charts, then go ahead and leave them in the chat and I will go ahead and answer them accordingly. But right now you can see that, again, Bitcoin's hovering around this 96K level. It's been hovering, I mean, really it's crazy to see this daily with all these candles, how close they are to this 96K level. So that's starting to become major support. I'm still waiting for a dip to 92K to place heavy bids. Potentially it could even go down to 89K. And then if it goes below that, 85 and then 80 and then finally 74K, which would be last year's high. So watching that closely as well. But just looking at the chart with the indicators, I mean, the RSI on the daily is not looking the best. It's crossing to the downside below the signal line, although the stock RSI is crossing to the upside, so potentially something there. So I'm watching that. But again, not really many trading opportunities with Bitcoin, so not going to force it. It's still below the 50 and 21 EMA on the daily. So like I said, still waiting for a clean break and close above 100K to start getting excited, or for it to get down to 92K where I will be bidding it. So I recommend doing one of those two options. Now for Ethereum. So Ethereum, just earlier yesterday, they posted, I think Grayscale posted about Ethereum staking. So let me go ahead and pull up that article real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because ETH had actually a small pump once it announced that staking. So let's go ahead and let's see. Yeah. So staking feature will soon be added to Ethereum ETFs. So this is something that is going to, in my opinion, cause a lot of hype for the Ethereum network and Ethereum itself. So a lot of people were talking about, this Ethereum staking news, but as you can see, it's already retraced its news. So it shows you how quickly that Ethereum does get sold off into. Anytime we have, some type of positive news, let's go ahead and go on the 4 hours so you can see it more clearly. But yeah, anytime you have like a little pump like we had here, so it went from, call it 2580 all the way up to 2790 and then quickly retraced it. Now at least it is holding this little, if you want to call it, mini support right here. So previous resistance now turns support around 2630. So hopefully you can hold this. The RSI does look pretty good on the 4 hour, bouncing off of the signal line, and the stock RSI looks like it wants to curve back to the upside as well. So Ethereum, is it going to start outperforming here? Again, it seems like we always talk about that every single time. Right now in the 4 hour, it's still right up against its 21 EMA, and then below it's 50, 100, and 200 EMA as well. So until we can get above all of these EMAs, which again is going to be above 3,000 as well. So you got a psychological level there, and you have this main level. So yeah, a lot of resistance is going to be near that $3,000 level. So in my opinion, if you're thinking of buying some Ethereum, I would wait until at least 2520. It would be a good area to bid. And then below that, that's where you have these wick lows near 2170. And then below that, or I would say in the middle of that actually, 2370 wouldn't be a bad area. You can see here it was previous support as well in October of last year and then also November. So could be pretty good. Again, bouncing off of those multiple times. So yeah, that's where I'd be looking. 2520, 2360, and then 2170. So I'm going to be watching those closely. Next, looking at the ETH BTC chart. So again, we talk about this every time as well, is if ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, it's been in a downtrend since September of 2022. This is the big area right here that everyone is watching, where it did bounce off of this 0.023 level and did close above 0.026, which was, if you look here, past support, December 2020. So this has held, which is a good sign. Now, the next support turn resistance is going to be 0.03. So Ethereum's got to reclaim this, and then I'll start getting excited. Again, the main thing you want to look for in any chart is going to be higher lows. So if you can get higher lows, then that is a good sign. As you can see, we still haven't gotten higher lows. It keeps lower. So potentially here on the daily, if we have a little low here and then we go up a little bit and then form another higher low, that would be very bullish here. But until then, I mean, it's hard to say, right? So if it does go back down to 0.026, I'm looking for it to bounce off of that. Until then, just kind of a waiting game. Again, like I mentioned before about Ethereum staking being bullish, and then Also holding that 2630 level on Ethereum, which is bullish as well right here. So again, some good signs on Ethereum, but not going to get too bullish here until we start breaking above and closing above these 3,000 levels. So keep an eye on those. And also, guys, in the bottom left there, I do have the Blowfin link in the description if you want to join. Again, highly recommend it. It's my affiliate link, and also it's a non-KYC exchange, one of the top leverage exchanges. So I spoke with the CEO, very, very bullish. They spend a lot of their money on regulation and compliance, so they should be non-KYC for at least the next 12 months. So if you haven't joined, definitely join. Link is in the description. Really appreciate it. And also, guys, if you're liking this video, please give it a like and comment if you have any questions. If you want me to look at any coins, go ahead and comment as well in the chat, and I will look at those accordingly. But again, XRP. So we looked at this last stream as well, and XRP is still looking pretty good. So looks like it's making those higher lows like we want to see. The RSI is very close. It's actually crossing over the signal line, which is very bullish. Shows a change in the trend, as well as the stock RSI crossing to the upside, being from oversold, and still curving to the upside. So very, very bullish on that front. So I mentioned last time what I want to see with XRP. I'd want to see it break and close above this 260 level and then retest it as support. That's where I would buy. Or if we have another drop down to this $2 level, I would be a buyer there as well. As you can see, it's acted as support multiple times in the past. So XRP is a good coin. If you're holding it, I'll look at potentially taking some profits around 260 to 275. There's going to be some big resistance for XRP. But again, it being a US-based coin, there is some advantages if Trump introduces 0% capital gains tax on US-based cryptocurrency. So XRP, ADA, Algo, HBAR, etc. All those coins, I think those are pretty safe bets holding throughout the year, especially as they gain more institutional interest. So next, let's see. Let's look at the chat as well. It says, Aaron says, your thoughts on the Jupe buyback news starting on Monday, and as well as Pangu getting listed on Coinbase. Aaron, great question. Let's go ahead and look at Jupiter. So yeah, so actually I did not see that Jupiter buyback news. So I was waiting for them to announce it. So thank you for giving me that information. The fact that it's coming on Monday is pretty bullish. So I do think potentially it's going to get front run. I mean, already you can see on the 4-hour, it's held this 80-cent level very strong. So if you guys can place a long, like a 3x leverage long, I'll place a limit long here at 80 cents. Very good buy level, very strong support. Hard to say if we're going to get down to this level, but again, 80 cents is very strong. And then already, it's on the 4-hour, it's getting above the 21 EMA, right below the 50 EMA. I am looking for a Jupe to at least test 92 cents next week, especially ahead of that buyback news. I think a lot of people are going to front run that. And again, could it be a buy the rumor, sell the news? I don't think so, because Jupiter is actually buying. So they are going to be buying while, again, I mean, people, in my opinion, are going to front run it. So yeah, Jupiter's already providing liquidity, and they're showing that, hey, they're supporting their token. They're listening to the community. I think it's extremely bullish. I think we start to see a little outperformance from Jupiter. You can already see here, we talked about having lower highs, looking for that. So here, or higher lows, I should say. So higher low right there. So very, very bullish. So if we kind of go up, a little bit down, make another higher low, and then continue higher, I could definitely see that as well. So yeah, Jupiter is looking good. Again, guys, if you can get 80 cents, I would. I do think we see higher from here. And then also talking about Pangu. So yeah, Pangu getting listed on Coinbase. That is a big one too. I know Pangu has been underperforming. We're looking at it, I want to say, was it on the daily or the week? It may have been on the, yeah, it had to have been on the daily or 4-hour. But let me go ahead and erase these here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Because Pangu, unfortunately, has been underperforming for some time now. We did draw this support near this 1 cent level as kind of a big area of support. Since then, it's had a hard time regaining it. I mean, the fact, though, that it is going to get listed on Coinbase, that is some bullish news. Hopefully, that's going to give us, become the catalyst that sends us higher from here. Tentatively, you can say 0.0093 has been support, and it's held a few times. I mean, the wick down on February 2nd went all the way down to this 0.0094 level, so it is good support. So I would say if you can buy anywhere near here, be very good. 1 cent is going to act as a little resistance because, again, it was support for a little bit. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, I will say Pangu is going to be interesting. Pangu is an interesting one. Let's look at the indicators. So RSI, looking okay. It's at 50, curving to the downside on the 4-hour. Stock RSI is curving to the upside, not bad. the daily. Now this is where it gets interesting here, because you have the daily RSI is actually crossing above the signal line while it's being oversold, albeit it's crossing to the downside now. But the fact that it is over the signal line now could indicate a shift in the trend and continue higher from here. The stock RSI is still curving to the upside, so bullish on that front. So if Pangu wanted to make a little reversal here, I mean, not a bad place for to buy it for a risk reward. Again, if you're thinking of trading this on leverage, I would put a 3x leverage at 0.0093. You could do it at 1 cent and then DCA down, but yeah, I mean, it's still risky, guys. Like, just looking at the chart, it's still extremely risky. They need to do something with the token to incentivize people to hold it, whether something is done on abstract. I mean, I know Coinbase is going to cause an influx of buyers, but yeah, just keep in mind there is some risk there. But 0.0093 is so far holding up as support. So that'd be my big thing. Resistance around 1 cent. If it can break above 1 cent and close above it, 1.4 cent is the next big level, followed by 2.2 cents. Let's see. Blockchain Ballistics says, how about Caspa? Let's go ahead and check that out. All right. So Caspa hasn't been doing too bad. There's a very nice bounce at 8 cents. If we scroll back, we can see it was support all the way back there. And then looking here at support, it did break above, so that resistance. So yeah, Caspa isn't looking too bad. Now, if we zoom in here, I would say this level, about 11 cents, is the next big resistance. So if you're looking to buy Caspa, I would place a limit long at 9.6 cents, because if you scroll to the left here, you can see it was support way back here multiple times, once in 2023, and then January of 2024, and mid-January of last year as well. So yeah, I would say this isn't bad. Support at 9.6 cents. And then from there, looking for a break and close above. So I'll give you some options. Either wait till it closes above, retest that support, and then buy it here at 11 cents. Or wait for it to reject, come back to the downside, and then buy it here at this 9.6 cents. And if you want to DCA further, then you could buy it here as well at 8 cents. So yeah, if it were me, I'd be waiting for one of these two scenarios. Probably be placing a limit long at 9.6 cents and just waiting there. So that'd be my advice for Caspa. But I know a lot of people that are bullish on it, a lot of big accounts, and it's just, they have the tech, but it's just, again, getting that onboarding and getting people to recognize it. And while there's so many other altcoins right now, so just something to keep in mind. Let's see. Patty says, do you have a private Discord? So Patty, I do not. I just have the public Discord. But I also do have a Telegram. So in the description, I have my Telegram link. Go ahead and join that. I actually don't know if I have my Discord link, to be honest with you. If not, give me 1 second. Actually, here, let me open up my Discord here. Stand by, guys. Let's see. Let me open up my Discord real quick. And real quick, I'm going to give you guys a link to my Discord if you want that. So, because I don't know if I have it in the description or not. Let's see. Copy link. Okay. There you go, guys. There's my Discord link. And then my Telegram link should be in the description. But if you want that, I can go ahead and link that as well. Stand by. There you go. There's my Telegram and my or Discord and Telegram link if you guys want to join either. I post updates more so in my Telegram group, but I'm still active in my Discord group. So again, either or, you can join those. But yeah, I'm trying to get more active on YouTube as well. So if you guys are liking these live streams, let me know. Again, I'm going to keep them coming Tuesday through Thursday at 12 p.m. CST. Today was a little later because I had to do some stuff with family, but for the most part, 12 p.m. CST, Tuesday through Thursday should be pretty good. Okay, perfect. It is in the description. Awesome. Let's see. Berserk says, hey, bro, this is new and awesome. Hey, appreciate it, Berserk. Glad you like it. Again, I'm trying to do something a little different. Tyrell was kind of pushing me to do these live streams, so I'm glad I'm getting back on YouTube. I'm going to start posting some normal YouTube videos as well. Keep people updated since I'm already looking at the market 24/7, so might as well, keep people updated as well. Let's see. And Blockchain Ballistics says Coinbase Futures listed it today. Okay, Coinbase Futures listed it. So yeah, Coinbase Futures is interesting because usually I'm assuming it's like Bybit or Binance when they list it on perps. Usually it goes down. versus spot trading, where usually the coin goes up. So yeah, futures, not the most bullish. I was hoping they would list it on spot, but yeah, we'll see. Could change in the future as well. Let's see. Blockchain Ballistics says one more Mayan Telcoin. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any coins you want me to look at, no problem. Just go ahead and post them in the chat. And also, again, let me know how you're liking this live stream, how you're liking the previous live streams, and if you got any questions about the current market, because I know a lot's been going on these past few months. But I do still think that people are still overly bearish, and I do think that we do have a nice spike to the upside over the next few weeks. Telcoin has been doing amazing. Wow, this coin has definitely been a strong performer. I need to look at why they're rising. I'm assuming there was some big news that came out where they got listed on a big exchange. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Julian? Good to see you here. Always a pleasure when new people join. Go ahead and like the video if you guys like it. Again, I do have my Blowfin link in the description. Go ahead and join Blowfin if you haven't. It is the first, or one of the best non-KYC exchanges for leverage trading. They will be non-KYC for the next 12 months at least. So again, as all these exchanges require KYC, Blowfin is one of the few that do not. So you don't have to use your ID. And if you have any problems signing up for it, just use a VPN like NordVPN. That should work. So yeah, so Telcoin, I mean, what can I say? The weekly looks beautiful. The RSI is crossing back to the upside on the signal line. The stock RSI is still curving to the downside, but assuming this is going to curve back to the upside soon. Beautiful bounce here off previous resistance turns support at 0.04. I would not be buying it right here because, I mean, we've already had a huge rise today. What I'll be waiting for is a break and then a retest of support at 0.092, or for it to curve back to the downside and come all the way back down to 0.044. So if you're already holding Telcoin, you may want to take a little bit of profits here at 0.092-ish. And then from there, take some more profits at 1.4 cents. I think that'd be a good area to DCA out. Again, if you're not in it, I mean, technically, you could probably buy some here. This is kind of like you call it micro support. I mean, it's probably good support on the daily, but on the weekly, again, previous resistance should act as support. If we go to the daily chart here, you can see it has been resistance multiple times. So yeah, I would say putting a DCA order in at 0.073 may not be bad for Telcoin. And then below that, probably, yeah, 0.044. That'd be the best bet. So because you can see here on the daily, it is starting to get overbought on the daily RSI and stock RSI. So expecting a pullback at the very least to 0.073. That's what I'll be looking at. Julian says, what are your thoughts on Solana next move? Good question. So Solana has been interesting. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull it up on this chart. Solana's been interesting because obviously it had the hype with Trump, and a lot of people have been trading on it in the trenches. There's been thousands of coins created every day. But BNB recently got some hype today, and I'll actually cover the BNB token as well. But you can see Solana on the daily has been bouncing nicely off the 200 EMA. So see back here in December of last year, again in the beginning of January, beginning of February, and multiple times after. So yeah, so if you're looking to buy Solana, I would say probably 190 may not be a bad spot to DCA. And then below that, I would be looking at between 185 to 180. So here we go. I'll go ahead and draw this for you guys. Yeah. So, I mean, 180 is probably the best like long you can make on Solana. But if it doesn't get there, 190 may be a good DCA. So you could do a little bit at 190 and then a little bit more at 180 if it gets there, with a stop loss of, I would say, 175. So, yeah, Solana's not too bad. I'm expecting it to go a little bit lower just because the RSI and stock RSI looks to be curving to the downside on the daily. So again, probably 185 to 190, some sweet longs there. And then look for a take profit around 20, probably call it 203, be a good take profit level. And then all the way up here at 224. Let's see, Blockchain Ballistics says Telcoin was the first approved digital bank in America. Ah, very nice. First approved digital bank in America. Okay, That's good stuff. See, that's the kind of thing I like. Is I see a lot of like crypto companies are starting to get adopted more, especially in the United States, because Trump is pro crypto now. He has a whole crypto task force, etc. So yeah, a lot of these crypto companies are starting to make improvements, are starting to increase adoption, and again get approved for those banking needs. So great to see on that front. And Telcoin granted approval to open Nebraska's first digital asset bank. Awesome. Looking forward to more companies, more crypto companies actually, getting those approvals and really helping to increase adoption throughout the space. So very bullish sign there. Let's go over BNB real quick. And again, I mentioned a lot of hype with CZ's dog. For those who didn't know, yesterday CZ, the previous CEO of Binance, posted on X that he has a dog and if he should post its name. And basically over the next day or two, he would tell everyone its name. Now, obviously, he knew what he was doing. He knew that whenever he told the name of it, people would make coins out of it. So what he did was, instead of launching his own coin, he said, here's the dog's name. Go at it. Let the best community win. And so with all that hype, you had everyone bridging over to BNB. We can see here on the 4-hour. He announced it earlier this morning, my time. So I believe he announced it. So like there was a lot of hype, basically anticipating it. That's why he had BNB rise all the way up to $730. And then when CZ announced that I'm going to let a community take ownership of it, then you saw the huge drop. So it's basically a buy the rumor, sell the news on BNB. And so right now, let's see here. So yeah, so there was some good support. Previous resistance turned support at this 675 level. So it's technically there right now. But one thing I don't like is the stock RSI is overbought and the RSI is curving back to the downside. And so what I would say with that is you're probably better off waiting. I mean, it's bouncing off these EMAs pretty good. So, and the 4-hour looks somewhat okay. So I'd say DCAing here isn't a bad bet. If you can get some near 660, hopefully you have a bounce there and then continues back to the upside. But really, if you can get it near $600, that would be the money long. And then looking for taking profits, I would say a major resistance level is going to be 750. And then below there, where it wicked to recently. So right about 728. So yeah, so there's going to be big resistance here between 750 and 728 on BNB. So if you're holding some in a long, just keep in mind you could encounter some big resistance here. So, but yeah, good buying near 660 to 610. Not too bad levels there. So just look for it to reset a little bit before you buy. Let's see, and then besides that, we can look at USDT dominance real quick. So USDT dominance still hovering above this 4.5% level. So we talked about it needs to break and close below this 4.5% level to gain some more traction. And again, for altcoin dominance or USDT dominance, what this means is when it declines, people are getting out of stables and buying Bitcoin and altcoins. When it rises, people are selling their Bitcoin and altcoins and getting into stables. So you want this to go down. So still waiting here. This long-term trend line, it's been flirting with it, but then it did close above it. So it's pretty bearish, but I'm waiting for this close below. The RSI is curving back to the upside, so not the best there for Bitcoin and altcoins. Yeah, gonna have to wait and see. I want to see it close below 4.5%. So until then, expect some more chop. Simon says thoughts on Dogecoin. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it up. Doge is an interesting one because we've seen Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, in the news every day. Yet the Dogecoin isn't really going higher. So that's kind of unfortunate because, what better news is there than to see Doge everywhere in the news every day? But nonetheless, something I am watching, I should say, is this 200 EMA on the daily for Doge. So right now you have this 200 EMA. It's been flirting with it. What I would wait for, and I actually drew this the other day, is for it to break and close above this 26-cent resistance. And then from there, potentially go higher and then retest it. And then I would buy on that retest. So, because I do not want to, this is the last thing you want to do, guys. You don't want to front run resistance levels. Because the minute you front run and you try to buy when it's at resistance, well, what happens when it rejects off resistance? Well, now you're already, negative profit, right? And so you either want to wait for a break and close above and then a retest of the support, and then you can buy because it's already broken above it, or you can wait until it has a curve back to the downside here at 22 cents and then buying it at this support and then looking for higher. So what I would do, guys, if I were you, I'd place some limit orders near 22 cents in case we have some huge wick like we did last time. And then from there, I'd basically just, wait to take profit at 26 or wait for a break above 26 cents, retest, buy it at support, and then look for a take profit around 30 cents. And then the next take profit would be 34 cents. So again, 3x leverage on these trades. Let's see, anyone have any other questions? Seeing if there's anything else we can cover. I guess we could do AVAX as well, since AVAX has gained some attention recently because they have had some successful coin launches the past few weeks. So for AVAX, same thing here. I would be placing a limit long at $22. So if you can get it 22 and then 20. So I would DCA long, so some at 22 and then some at 20. Should be good levels. As you can see in the past, it has held as support. I mean, all the way. We can go on the weekly here so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, major support here at 20 back in August of last year, and then November of 2023, previous resistance in April of 2023 turned support. So that's why I'm looking at $20 to $22. Good support level for AVAX. Also on the weekly, the stock RSI is oversold. The RSI looks to be curving back to the upside. Then on the daily, you can see here, stock RSI curving back to the upside. RSI is above that signal line, but curving back to the downside. So again, you want to wait till it gets to at least 22 in my opinion before buying that. And then resistance is going to be between $30 to $32. As you can see, it has been resistance in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Yeah, right about there. And if we're breaking close above, say 30, I would say 35. If we can break and close above 35, then I would look for a retest at 32, buy it there as well. So again, there's multiple ways you can play it. But yeah, if we have a break, then I would buy it right there and look for higher. So either A, purchase it at these two levels, 22 and 20, or B, wait for a break and close above 35, retest, and buy it at 32. Because then we've kind of resumed the uptrend, and I assume there's going to be higher lows at that point. Spurgeon says your views on high MC memes like Whiff, Brett, and Pepe. So yeah, high market cap memes. That's interesting for those because they haven't had much attention on them, and they've basically been down only for a while. And so when you're looking at memes like Whiff, like Brett, like Pepe, that had so much hype in the past, and now, the Whiff chart just looks like horrible. And so you can see on the daily, it's rejected off the 21 EMA multiple times, and it's not changing course. Like even this here, I thought this was going to be support near 66 cents where it wicked down. As you can see, most coins are above their wick level. Like when we had that huge FUD on February 3rd, like most coins, they're above this level, but Whiff is actually below it, which is crazy. So yeah, guys, like Whiff, no, I'm not touching it. Brett, let me see. Nope, not touching Brett. And then Pepe. Pepe would be the only one I'd be interested in touching just because it is an ETH beta. As you can see here, Pepe is above its wick low, so that's good to see. As far as getting in Pepe, kind of in the middle of a range right now, so I would not rush to buy it. At the very least, I would say 8.5 level. 8.5 could be good support because it acted as support multiple times. So yeah, so if you can buy 8.5 and then DCA down to 7.8, where it wicked down to last time. Between 7.8 and 8.5, good support for Pepe. Then look to take profit at 1.1. So that would be my best bet for Pepe. If it keeps going higher, then I'd wait for a break and close above 1.1, retest that support, and then buy it here. So either there, or you can buy it at place limit longs at these two levels, 8.5 and 7.8. So one of these scenarios. Blockchain Ballistic says, thoughts on HBAR, SPX 6900, and Giga Chad. Yeah, so HBAR, I am long-term bullish on. I do think that it has promise. I believe it's a US-based crypto company as far as that narrative is concerned. But the only thing I don't like here is it closed below support and it confirmed it as resistance. When I say confirm it as resistance, I mean it rejected multiple times after breaking below it and then rejected back to the downside. So not what you want to see. So with that said, maybe buy some here. 16 cents. That'd be my next big level to buy. I'm not buying it here at resistance. No way. Unless it breaks and closes back above, then I would buy it here at 24 cents. But again, it needs to break, close above, retest it as support, and that's where I'd buy. Or wait for it to come all the way down to 16, and then I'd potentially maybe a buyer here. Looking at the RSI real quick. Yeah, see RSI is even curving to the downside, rejecting off the signal line. So it would be a money play if it gets to 16 cents. Then RSI would probably be oversold, and then it'd be a nice little swing move from there. Let's see, SPX 6900. Let's go ahead and look at that. So SPX on the daily, same thing. Either break and close above and retest that support at 82 cents, or come back to the downside and buy it at 57 cents. But I'm not buying it right here at resistance. So either break and close above 82 or buy it at 57. And then GigaChad. It's got to be another chart. Let's do a mix C1. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. So it's GigaChad is right at support. Like, so technically, I mean, you could probably finagle this a little bit. Say like right here. So Giga may not be a bad bet here, just from a pure TA perspective, because it is right at the support level. So around 3 cents, not bad. And then you could place your stop loss if it closes below this wick. So at 2.9. So you can place your stop loss at 2.9 cents, buy it here around 3.1, and then take a gamble. The RSI, it looks okay. It's not really curving down or up. And then the stock RSI is oversold. So yeah, not horrible. Not horrible for Giga. I would say it's one of the more bullish coins. This is as far as the OGs versus like Whiff or Brett. So yeah, if the community wants to revive it, they need to do it here at 3 cents. Spurgeon says, I've been shorting these memes for the past few weeks. Hey, congrats, Spurgeon. You've been making a lot of money. A lot of money. See, Blockchain says, yes, I'm in California, USA. What are your thoughts on long-term top 5 to hold in this run? So, great question. For top 5, I would say one, the AI. Let's see. Actually, let's do. Starting from the top. Man, top 5 to hold. Okay, Sui. Good one. Hype, amazing. I would say Hype is probably number 1. Like Hyperliquid, they're going to launch their Hyper EVM chain, so they're going to be exchanges are going to have to buy them, and there's going to be a lot more adoption. So Hype is 1, Sui. Let's see. Maybe Ondo as an RWA play. I know BlackRock likes Ondo. RWA meaning real world assets. Tokenization of assets on the blockchain. See, Jupiter is an interesting one because they announced their buybacks, like you guys were saying. Maybe Jupe, but probably lower percent allocation. Let's see. And then maybe, this one's a little bit riskier, but maybe Athena. I know it's gone down a lot the past few weeks, but I know they have the Ethereal DEX. I want to say it's launching sometime within the next month. So that could be a good catalyst for it. I would research this. But this is like the Luna of this cycle. So Luna was basically the stable. They provided stablecoin yield of 20%. And basically there were some people that took advantage of it, crashed it, and it dumped the entire market. That's the whole Luna collapse. And that's why Dogecoin went to jail. So Athena is actually doing it the legitimate way, so I don't think there's gonna be any crash with Athena. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. So there should be some hype with this over the next few months. But yeah, main ones are Sui, hype, and probably Solana. Solana's not a bad one. But yeah, I would say just only comfortable ones, honestly, is Sui and hype, and then maybe Ondo. Like, I don't really have many other, just because of how high these already are. That'd be my only thing. Besides that, though, maybe. So ARK is an interesting one. ARK is one of those AI plays that's been performing very, very well over the past month. I mean, you can see it's, it had a drop, and now it's kind of starting to get back to the upside. So they did launch, I want to say, their first token today, or it's out soon, where most of their launches should be highly vetted, so they should do fairly well. So keep an eye on ARK and the ARK ecosystem. They're building a lot of AI stuff on here, and it's in Rust, the coding language. So yeah, there's a lot of big whales in ARK. So just kind of one of those plays. It's still ranked 211, still has a lot of room to go. May not be a bad gamble. Let's see, Spurgeon says, bro, do you have any idea about Vadin token by Puyan Mokhtar? I do not. I've never heard of that or that person. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. Besides that, though, I think we're going to wrap up the stream fairly quickly. Let's see what we got. Good to have some people here. Let's see. Yeah, I think basically that is going to call it, unless anyone had any other questions. Again, for upcoming events, something that I want to post with you guys is make sure you guys, if you aren't following Layer GG Official, this guy does have a lot of good updates for February about what's going to happen with token unlocks and TGEs and airdrops. Layer GG Official, great guy to keep in mind, what's happening this month, as well as the big calendar events. So again, if you guys aren't following him, definitely do so. You can see that today's the 13th. As of the filming this video, we had the PPI numbers come out. Coin has their earnings call, and then you have some big token unlocks as well. AVAX has one February 16th. And then also you have Consensus Hong Kong, February 18th to the 20th. So it's going to be a fun event. If you guys are going to that one, should be a lot of good networking opportunities. And then you have the Melania token unlocks. $136 million worth. Really big. So keep an eye on that. And then also you have the Jupiter buybacks, which already started, or starting on Monday, as y'all were mentioning. And then here's for ENA, like I was mentioning, the Ethereum DEX launch is going to happen sometime this month. So keep an eye on that, as well as the IUSDE launch. So ENA should gain some good hype. The SUI has the IKA launch, multi-chain assets. That's why I'm bullish on that. And then, you have a few others. So again, that is also happening. And then you have Token 24.9 Dubai. If you guys haven't purchased early bird tickets, definitely do so. This is going to be 30 April to May 1st. So it's going to be a great event, a lot of good side events. I'm going to be there. Hope to meet some of you guys there. And then instead of that, you also have the FOMC meeting, which is going to be March 19th. So make sure you guys are keeping track of this date, as we could cut interest rates, or they could announce the ending of QT, quantitative tightening, which would start alt season in my opinion. So keeping an eye on all of that stuff. But with that, guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream. Appreciate it. Again, Tuesday through Thursday at 12 p.m. CST. We'll go over the live trading. We'll start ramping it up. If you guys have any other content that you want me to go over, let me know. But it's going to be mainly a trading stream where you can place your limit orders, your take profit levels, stop losses, etc. So you can be one step ahead and not have to trade and be at your screen all the day. You'll have your limit orders already set, so you'll be ready to go. So again, if you haven't signed up on Blowfin, links in the description. Non-KYC leverage trading exchange, one of the best there is. Highly recommend it. And also like the video if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Really appreciate all my viewers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.